Hello everybody, Laurie from Unique in the Creek. Hello. Hope you guys are all having a fabulous day. It is beautiful outside here in Niagara Falls, Ontario. I hope it is nice where you guys are. Say hello when you come in. Oh, it's my map that's not squared. Or maybe not. I don't know what that was. Hello. Hi, Virginia Riley. Hi, Lynn. All right, my friends, I will be doing today the strawberry flip-flop kit. You guys see Jackie Blewett do the lemon one yesterday. She made a lemon swag out of her kit. A lemon garland out of her kit. I am going to make a swag out of my kit. But if you buy two, you can make a swag for your door and a garland for the top of your door. Very cute idea. That is an awesome idea. So Jackie showed you how to do the garland, and I'm going to do the swag. So it's pretty much the same as the garland, just smaller. That's all. So you can make your swag. You can make your swag as long as 2 boards, and you have a huge swag going down the center of your door. That would look super cool. However, I'm going to make my swag. I am going to use the 2 boards. Okay, we are using the rectangle boards. I love these boards. You can connect them. Even if you want to make it longer, you could connect 3 or 4 of these bad boys together and make huge garland or a huge table centerpiece landscape. Or keep it simple like me, and we're going to make a swag. So I am going to be connecting my 2, hold on, I got my notes here, bear with me. A to D, that's right, okay. So on your Unique in the Creek rectangle boards, hi everybody, there is the letters A, B, C, D, all the way to J on each one, okay? What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the end of one, so there's the A, and I'm going to connect the A. I'm going to put it right over top of the second board. I'm going to put it right over top of D. So I'm connecting my board, so it is going to be 21 inches long, okay? And to connect them, all you need to do is grab a couple zip ties. It is amazing what you can do. It's like the kinetics, you know, the kinetics or even Lego where you can clip them all together. So A is going over top of D, and I'm going to take a zip tie, and I'm going to go down through where I connected it. Titusville. Wasn't there a show in Titusville? There was. I used to watch a show in Titusville. I think it was on MTV. But welcome, Mary. So there's where I connected it in A, and then I'm going to connect the C. No, the D here. So it's A is on top of here, and we're going to go down to D here. And you can see where they're connected. Hello, everybody. Yes, this is a kit for now until they're sold out. They're going super fast. Everybody is loving the flip-flop craze. The flip-flops are so cute. So I did a strawberry flip-flop kit and a lemon flip-flop kit. Okay, this is sturdy. It is not bending. The rectangle boards are actually thicker than than like the round or large boards or anything, just so we could make them sturdier. Now, when you order the rectangle boards, you do get 2 rectangle boards. Okay, so you can either use one by itself, or you can use 2 together and make them as short as long as you want. Okay, so there we go. I connected mine at A and D. There's the side view. That's the zip ties. We got a super solid base. So now we're going to start building our swag. All right, so I'm going to do, just like Jackie did, I am going to do every 3rd set of holes. Okay, which means we're going to start at the top here. It doesn't actually, we don't know where the top is because both ends are J and J. So what I'm going to do is go down 1 hole. No, yeah, I want to do it. Yeah, do down 1 hole and up the other. Okay, down 1 hole and up the other. Keep them open. So we got J, and then we're going to go 1, 2, the 3rd one here. So this is G. So I'm going J and G. And then 1, 2, 3. Then I'm going down D. And I know we connected it here, but that's okay. We're still using these sets of holes. Okay. And then we're going 1, 2, right here to A. You'll see there's A here. I'm using zip ties. You can use pipe cleaners like Jackie did, but in your kit you get the zip ties. So we like to offer and do. Jackie always uses pipe cleaners. I always use zip ties. So you guys got the best of both worlds. All right, and then 1, 2, we're at the end here. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 zip ties on one side, and then we're going to do the same zip ties on the other. Okay. So that is 12. 12 zip ties we're putting in. So just the same row that we put one side. Because what we do to one side, we're going to do to the other. Keep it really simple. And full disclosure, my friends, I'm still in my pajamas. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon and I'm still in my pajamas. It's been a busy day. All right. Okay, so we got 6 on one side, 6 on the other. We are going to do 2 end ones. So for a total of 14. I'm not putting the end ones in just yet, but we are going to need 14 pieces of mesh. Okay, so in your kit, at least I'm out of the bed, right? In your kit, you're going to cut 14 pieces of your mesh. I cut mine at 24 inches. Okay, so if you divide 14 into 360, which is how many yards are on the roll of mesh, you'll get almost 26 inches. I always err on the side of caution and I cut an inch or 2 less than that. So 26, I cut mine at 24, and I did have a little bit of mesh left over. So my roll did have a true 10 yards. Sometimes it doesn't. Okay, sometimes it doesn't. So 14 pieces, 24 inches of this mesh. We are going to do 14 pieces of the ribbon. You get this fabulous ribbon. So if I didn't show you guys the sign yet. So this is our flip-flop sign. Look how cute it is. And this is your ribbon. So it matches your sign. And then you get this awesome royal burlap canvas strawberry ribbon. bright. How fabulous is that? So these are going to be our tails for our swag. Now, Laurie has still a huge basket full of these dang old outdoor flowers that everybody's been using. I have a ton. They're already cut. So I'm going to throw in some of these yellow ones. Let me pull them out. Throw in some yellow because these little dinky flowers, they're going to bring in some green, some really bright, fun green into our project. It just seems like I'm never getting rid of these dang flowers. No matter how many wreaths I make, I still have a ton of them. All right, so there's the yellow ones. And then I also had in my storage, or in my craft room, these white ones. Now these white ones are funny looking because the flower for these are actually at the end of the greenery. However, I didn't like them to put for wreaths, but the flower itself actually matches the flower that is on our flip-flops. Isn't that cool? So I'm going to put these in not every zip tie, but a few, these little white ones. Look how funny they are. They're at the end of the leaf stem. So be careful when you're ordering these plastic flowers. The ones I ordered are not push up, so you can't push the greenery up. But they do have like a boxwood flower on them. These ones have the flower at the end of the kind of leaf thing here. So the two of them together will be super cute. So whatever you have, you can throw, you can just go and grab some, flowers at the dollar store. That's where these come from. They're just, plastic dollar store flowers. We get them on Amazon, but here in Canada, you can actually get them at our Dollarama. Okay, back to making the wreaths and not the flowers. We're going to use 14 pieces of ribbon at 14 inches. So I already got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 packets. So I need 7 more. So I'm going to pull my Measure Buddy out. Number 1, all the way to 14 inches. And I need to cut 7 more tails. So I'm just going to put my ribbon at the end of the Measure Buddy. And we got 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Normally I only go around about 4 times. Because the ribbon gets thicker, but meh, I'm lazy today. So we're cutting the ends of the ribbons. So we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces. And we're going to do the same for the strawberry. We're going to cut 7 pieces. So you do need a total of 14. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I normally go in 4s, but that few little milli-inches will be fine. So the Measure Buddy, it's awesome because you'll see I'm going to be using 12 inch in a little bit, but it goes from 8 inches all the way up to 20 inches. This is my original one, the first one I ever used. And you can tell it's got glue all over it, glue on the side. That's how I know it's my original. But it's still kicking along. And I chuck it everywhere. So it's great if you do like a lot of measuring, like for gnomes or mesh or whatever. You don't have to have different pieces of wood and plastic around. You have just one piece, one unit. And yes, you can buy the Measure Buddy Craft Outlet and Unique in the Creek, and hopefully it'll soon be on Amazon. And cross our fingers, Hobby Lobby one day. Okay, so I'm just dovetailing my ribbons. So you just line up the edges, fold it over, and you're cutting from the fold to the outside corner. Good morning, Alicia. Hi, my Chris Merritt. So let's dovetail these puppies. So I like to get all my supplies ready to go. And that way, once they're all done, we can whip the wreath together. What do you guys think of Jackie's design doing the garland yesterday? Wasn't it fabulous? I'm gonna, if there's any more kits left, I am going to see if I can grab one more strawberry. I really want to do my front porch because you guys all know red is my color for the front, because I have my red planters and my red hanging baskets and everything. So I like to keep whatever's around my door or on my door red. So the strawberry one would be perfect. Hi, Kathy Grimes. Thanks for watching from Arizona. Hi, Elaine. How are you? Haven't seen you in a while, Elaine. Hope you're doing well. All right, so we're folding now. We're folding these in half. It was awesome. It was very awesome. But what about Michelle Dragon she did? Guys, the dragon fad right now is because the Dungeons and Dragons movie just came out 2 weeks ago. Paula Deen, I know, right? It came out March 31st, the Dungeons and Dragons movies. There are a lot of Dungeons and Dragons fans out there, like a lot. It's kind of up there with Harry Potter. So that is why the dragon wreaths are so super popular. But the one with the oval cut in half, that's art. Like, that is fabulous. Can you imagine? You can do this massive dragon and cut 2 oval boards in half and make this big, huge dragon right across the wall. And it would be 3D. It would be fabulous. I don't have any Dungeon and Dragon people to make it for, though. Your kitchen is all done in strawberries. Awesome. Then you'll love this one. Look at these little strawberries I made in the VIP group this morning. Aren't they cute? Because you can, any of the faux strawberries I've ever come across, they're really tiny. And to put them in a wreath, you know, it's really hard to see them. So I made my own strawberries. Yeah, she only cut 1 oval board. But if you cut 2 oval boards, you can keep making like a snake-like thing and make a huge, huge dragon that goes across the wall. It would be so awesome. Who's going to be, and it would be probably what, 2 feet long across across somebody's bedroom wall. Oh my God, that would be fabulous. Aren't they cute strawberries? See? If you don't find them, you make them. That's what us crafters do, right? Yes, I made them this morning in the VIP group. The Can-Am VIP connection. Okay, so our ribbon is ready to go. I know I loved the black. I want somebody to do 2 oval boards with a big, like, oh my gosh, it would be so cool. All right, guys, I'm done talking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Karen, there you are, my lovey. How are you feeling? My friend Karen had surgery, so she has a boo-boo. Okay, let's get this rocking and rolling. Okay, so for the strawberry sign, you do get your cable mounts and zip tie, or your cable mounts and pipe cleaners. Because I'm going to be using my flip-flop down the center of my rail, or my swag, sorry, down the center of my swag. No, I made the strawberries. I made them. I made them in the Can-Am VIP group. Okay, so I'm going to be using the alligator clip that is already soldered to the sign. So just slip your pipe cleaner. So you'll have an extra cable mount if you want to use it. Yes. Oh, she's making a snake? Okay, so take one right there. And then I'm going to put another one right about there, but I'm going to use my cable mount, if I can find it. Make more and sell on your page. Make more what, Deborah? You would not be able to ship the dragon. That's why she's doing kits. It's actually quite easy to do. It's just time consuming, right? But she showed you in depth how to do it. You definitely can make... Oh, you want me to make strawberries and sell on my page? No. No offense, but no. All right, I'm going to put some E6000. You know what, friends? I'm going to tell you. I'm going to give you a little hint, because you guys are all crafters and you'll figure it out once I give you this hint. Underneath this Ollie Fun red material is a plastic Easter egg. That's all I'm going to say. So have a good look at it. Have a good look at them. Have a good look at them. And they are just Easter eggs. So go to Hobby Lobby, get them at 80% off, the plastic Easter eggs. Super light. I'm just going to glue them right onto my swag. So that's all I'm going to tell you, because I did do it in the VIP group. So I'm putting a little bit of E6000 on there. And some hot glue. And I'm just going to put a little piece of that duct tape, because it does kind of stick to the duct tape a little bit better. And Jackie Blue's trying to convince me to pop holes in the signs. Do you guys like holes in your signs, or do you like to use the cable mounts? I know the cable mounts are hard to, you know, you have to wait for it to cure. Hi, Tina. Let's see if I can. I was hoping I could get a clip on there. You know what tape sticks to the best? Itself. You're right. You're right. All right. So I'm just going to put this to the side. I will still be able to attach it right away with this one. And this one I can do once the E6000 is cured. I'll put something heavy on it. Like that. Okay, so our sign's ready to go. Okay, let's get this going. I'm going to take a piece of mesh, 24 inches, and take a packet of your ribbons. Let's open them up. I'm going to step mine, so I'm going to have the strawberry at the top. All right, let's pinch it up the middle and flip it upwards. And I'm going to do all my tails like that with the strawberry ribbon right in the middle. So you guys can do whatever you want. Then you're going to take your mesh. It is 24 inches, so it's pretty long. You're going to take curl side up, put the long piece right in front of you, have the factory edges on the right and left, and we're going to do a simple kerfuffle because we don't want to see the cut edge at all in case there is some frays. Okay, just like that. So it's almost like an envelope type thing. And then I'm just going to pinch and drag it right up the middle, like that. Okay. I like to put the seam down. And I'm going to put it right in the middle where the zip tie is. And the ruffle is going to be kind of going towards the outside of the rectangle board. I'm going to take my ribbon tails, put it right in the center here, and come around with my zip tie. Now I'm not going to do it up super tight right at this moment because I'm going to put some florals in. So I'm going to take that one, I'm going to put in the middle. I'm going to take a couple of these yellow things, these yellow ones. And I'm going to put them in the zip tie. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to crisscross them into the zip tie. One there, and one there in the zip tie. And I have it kind of underneath the ribbon. So see how it's crisscrossed like that? Hopefully you can see. You can also add some glue in there so they don't slip out. Hi, Joan. All right, and once you're done that, you're going to pull your zip tie tight. Actually, you want to do the glue after you pull your zip tie tight. And cut that tail off. And I'm going to put it to the outside. Move the florals to the middle of your ribbon tails. And we're going to bring these right to the middle. And there we go. Now the mesh and everything will stay in place once we put some more on. There we go. Let me try just a ruffle instead of a, try a ruffle. So now we're going to do the next one. So if I did a ruffle, go a few inches in. Ruffle it up. I'm just trying to ruffle just so it doesn't, the ruffle is not as bulky Hello, hello. There, ribbon tail ready. So when I flip them, I'm just making sure that each side is the same length. So as you can see, when you do a ruffle like I did, it's more poofier. I don't want it poofier. I want it more flat. So I'm going to stick with the kerfuffle. Oh yeah, that's a good idea too. I think I used to do that too. Okay, you want your ruffle facing towards the outside. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go around. It's much easier. I'm going to go around and put all the ruffles in. Because we only used 14 zip ties. Let's put all the ruffles in first. Or kerfuffles or whatever. And then I'm going to go back over with another zip tie. Now, if you do want your swag wider than I'm making right now, then instead of having going down one hole and up the other, you would just use this hole to the outside of the board. Okay, if you want to make it wider. Yeah, this is much easier. Put it all in, and then we'll come back and put our ribbon tails and florals in. So I did indicate where my zip ties are, which rows they are at the beginning, where you're using 14 pieces of mesh. And I cut my mesh at 24 inches. 24 inches is probably a bit overkill. I just don't like to have mesh, like half rolls, quarter rolls of mesh lying around my craft room. It's just, I would rather use the full roll. But you most definitely could do probably 16 to 18 inches if you wanted. Okay, there's one side. And then we'll do the other side. Yeah, this way will be much easier, especially for anybody that's a beginner. You get 100 zip ties in your kit. We only used 14 so far, so a total of 28 we'll probably be using. So that's not bad. So now we're going to flip, we're on the other side, we're going to put it on the middle, have our ruffle going out this way. Yeah, much easier, my friends. Kelly. You know what's even better than zip ties and pipe cleaners is the PVC stems. The PVC twists, which are these. They're the thin ones that are used on some of the work forms. These are awesome. They give you a tighter twist than it would like a pipe cleaner. And I got them, and I do have some on our website, and I got them in all kinds of different colors. So if you like to use pipe cleaners, I would highly suggest trying the PVC stems. You'll probably love them even better than pipe cleaners. Hello, everybody. So I will flip this over. As soon as I get all the mesh in here, I'll flip it over so you guys can see where I put my zip ties again. But on the at the beginning, I did indicate which rows the zip ties are in. And where I connected them. I connected them from over top of each other on row A and D. Yes, thank you, Tina. The replay will be available on our YouTube channel. All right, we're at the end here. We're going to put the two. I have got my mini fridge is down under my table here, and I grab one every time I come down here, Karen, so thank you so much. I really like this mango flavor. We don't have mango here yet in Canada. We don't have the coconut one either that was in the pack you sent me. That one didn't, not very even. Let's see if I can pull it. Let's cut that one out because it's wonky. It's not even on both sides. There, that's better. That's what happens when I don't pay attention. I was reading comments. One more here. Good afternoon. I am doing well, Catherine. I hope you are too. So guys, I am streaming on Facebook and YouTube at the same time. So if you see a comment or I've commented and said somebody's name and you don't see it, it might be because they're watching on YouTube or they're watching on Facebook and you don't see their comment. All right, now this is getting pretty big. You can see that. We are at, we're at 30 inches, which is a good size for the swag. And here's what we've done so far. So I connected them at row A and D. So they're right on the outside is where I connected them. We did the very top end rows. We did 2, skipped 2 spots, right? So 1, 2, 3, and then the next one. 1, 2, the next one. So I skipped 2 rows. 1, 2, zip tie. 1, 2, zip tie. 1, 2, zip tie. All the way down. Did it on both sides. And I'm going to put another zip tie from here to here going out this way. I probably don't need it, but because it's pretty full. Let's see what it looks like. It might be too full. So I'm going down and back up, just the very 2 end ones, and it'll round out our swag. Offhand, if I have a blue flip-flop sign, no, I don't. No blue. And these end ones, why I saved it to the end, actually, you probably could have put it in right at the beginning. You guys would have been able to see it better. We're just going to put it in a little different. So I put the zip tie and I loaded it closed because we are going to flip this up. And this nub part is I'm putting into the zip tie, just like that, and do this up. And it just kind of rounds off the swag here. I'll do this side as well. All right, so we got our 14 pieces of mesh almost in. Probably don't need such a thick piece, but in there and pull that tight. Okay, we have our mesh in. So now what I'm going to do is I kind of want it a little bit flat. Unlike Jackie's, she likes her mesh poofy. I like mine more flat. I'm just laying each side down flat like that. See how it's a little flatter? Jackie has hers all poofed up. Perfect. Okay, now I'm going to go over top of the zip ties that we already have there. Oh, we still have some. I need to get Dave to take one of the strawberry ones off because I want to make a garland for the top of my door. So I just crisscross them in the zip tie there and then pull that tight. Yes, it's a swag. We're gonna make it a swag. Now you can, instead of like, if you don't want to, you can just glue the flowers into the mesh. However, if you zip tie them in, at least they won't fall out then, right? Well, the glue won't melt. Okay. So again, I'm just going over top of the zip ties that I already have on here. And it's hard to see them because the zip ties are white and so is the mesh. So I apologize if you guys can't see. If you can't see it. Tomorrow is Flower Friday with Michelle from Monkey's Creations. So she'll be coming on tomorrow on the Unique in the Creek page and making another gorgeous flower. And you can find the replays on the Unique in the Creek YouTube channel if you can't make it. I do not know what kind of flower she's making, but I'm sure it'll be fabulous. You know what I think I'm going to do? I think I'm just going to pop in all the ribbon tails and then I'm just going to glue the flowers. I just have no patience today. So we'll get all the ribbons on there. If you're selling this, especially if you're selling it on Etsy and you don't know where it's actually going to end up, like in a hot state or something, I would highly recommend zip tying them in and then adding a little bit of glue too. Add glue to the greens on the Christmas tree. There. See, if the ribbons lie nice and flat when your mesh is flat. That's what I like. Again, and this is the beginner way. You can put your mesh and your ribbon tails in one zip tie as you go. Ribbons drive me nuts too. I'll take a flower wreath over anything. But you got to give what the customers want, and they like all the ribbons until they've actually had a wreath made with lots of ribbons and know how much work it is to keep them straight. That's the sucky part. And nobody would know. You wouldn't know if you didn't really like ribbons until you've had a ribbon wreath and then come in with a mesh or a flower wreath where there's no ribbons and you don't have to fix them and everything. That's when you realize how much you like the flower wreaths better. Like me. Alrighty. Pull these out. I'm just going to glue them. Actually, they're glued in there. Never mind. I just pulled something out here. All right, let us do the other side. I take it that happened to you, Chris? That's why my kids do that all the time to me. I don't like putting ribbon wreaths up because my kids will go by and that's what they do. They smush all my ribbon tails every single time. They'll mess up my bow if there's a bow on it. And they think it's funny. Because they know I have to fix it. Yeah, these are great. This is great way to make a centerpiece too. Absolutely. You could have a centerpiece. You can make a swag. And then you can make a garland. Put them all up on your back porch or wherever, by your pool. Centerpiece, swag, garland. Oh my gosh, that would be so cute. All matchy-matchy. I go to craft shows and literally fix the ribbons and bows on people's wreaths at craft shows. And I don't even realize I'm doing it. I went with to a craft show with my friend Patty, who is not a crafter. And she's like, what do you keep fixing these for? I'm like, it's just habit. It's literally habit. Love how this red just pops right on that white. But the only thing with using white mesh and zip ties, like I said, is it's hard to see the ribbon tail and the ribbon head, or the zip tie tail and head. We did get an email from Hobby Lobby that they are shipping to stores on the 24th. So they should be out that week into stores. So it depends on how fast the employees at each store put them on the shelf. Oh, you fix them, the wreaths at Michael's? They need help. Those Michael's wreaths. I don't know what Michael's is thinking. So, this is a pretty big swag. And I didn't use the full length of each of the boards either. Why is it sad? People would kill to work at a craft store. You lucky. You get to see all the cool new stuff that comes in. I want my strawberry ribbon to be seen. Holy crap, it's almost an hour I've been on. I need to stop talking. Hi, Tom Hutton. How are you? We are playing with the rectangle boards and making a strawberry swag. You love your discount. Yeah, I bet you do. Do they give you a good discount, Susan? All right, so we are done the side tails. Isn't this looking so fabulous? All right, so there is our back still nice and neat. And now I'm going to do the end ones, and then we'll put our sign on. And then we're going to add couple bows. Okay, so I'm doing the two end ones right now. So I'm just, again, going over the zip tie. If I can see it. Probably should have put my glasses on. Oh, I can see it. I'll do this up. And then for the end ones, I'm just putting the rounded, or the end part that we pinched, just putting it in the zip tie and pulling that tight. And that's how you do the end ones. Yes, they only have one distribution place, which is nice because when we were in Michael's, we had to send boxes to each individual distribution center. There was like 6 of them or something. Hobby Lobby, we sent a whole transport truck right to the one place. It was perfect. So much, much easier than Michael's. All right, we are done. That's not quite even, but that's okay. We are done with our ribbon tails. Okay. See if I can get my sign in there. And I'm just going to bring a little bit of the mesh into the center. Not that you'll see the center, but it'll hold up our sign and our bows a little bit better. I just moved a little bit of the mesh into the center. I gotta fix this end one. It is totally not even. Look. I'm not OCD, but that drove me nuts. So you just go over with another zip tie, cut it off, and then redo it. There we go. Now they're even. Hi, Joanne. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to put my sign on. That is the back. So we're going to put our sign right in the center. So kind of measure where we're going to put it because the pipe cleaners are not actually in the center, right? But we want our flip-flop in the center. So it looks like I'm going to go the top pipe cleaner right here. I'm going to mark that. Just so we have the flip-flops are even. Right here is the top, and then the bottom one right there. You're going to join the Can-Am group. Oh, why? Because you want to learn how I made my little strawberries, right? Oh, we would love to have you, Tom. Look, look, look. The damn ribbons. Okay, going down, putting my sign. Hi, Lovey. You know, I even marked the board and I still put them in the wrong ones. I'm such a goober sometimes. And then this one comes off because it's not dry. Oh, killing you, Smalls. So I'm just going to tighten the top one because that is the one that is secured to the sign already, like it's soldered. And then the other one, once it dries, we're going to pull out our ribbon tails. We don't want to hide all these, that's money. Pull them out from the back of the sign. Don't worry about these spaces. We're going to get them covered. I think the side ones here should probably be 16 inches so you can see the ribbons at least. Let's see how many times Laurie's going to move these ribbons around. I'm not going to secure the bottom one just yet. Let's let it dry. Okay, so this is what we got so far. Pull out all your tails from behind your sign. hubby.
That's cool.
Ugh.
Frustrating? More frustrating?
No, not frustrating. It's just, there's lots of ribbon tails in this. All right, so I'm going to add some florals. Actually, I'll put the bow. So what I'm going to do with, I'm going to make a bow, a different bow, a more like messy bow, I think they're called. Because I realize not everybody has bow makers and not everybody can do a hand bow. So let's make a fun, I think it's called a messy bow. We're going to go, it's going to go right here and right here in these two empty spots, okay? So what you're going to do, we're going to take our ribbons. Okay, so I'm going to use the ribbon that came with the kit, these two ribbons. And then I was looking around and I thought this ribbon, even though there's not very much left, I don't need a ton of it. This is a Christmas ribbon. And this matches our design perfectly. So I'm going to add a few ribbon pieces to this messy bow that are not in the tails, so it will make the messy bow kind of pop. So I found this ribbon, it's Christmas, and then I had this ribbon. I think I actually have this in stock again, because this one's really cute to go in this, to break up some of the ribbon. So for the bow, this is a good one for strawberries and watermelon. It's nice bright, and it's RGC 150827. It's kind of cute. Okay, and then I'm going to use a little piece of this. So I am going to cut 2 pieces. Oh, I already did. So what we're making is just a funky kind of messy bow like this. So you don't need a bow maker or anything like that. Now obviously you can put a big old loopy bow. You can do 2 of them. I would recommend doing like a terry bow. Or you can make a messy one like this. I just want to put it in just to make sure that the tails are the right size. So I only cut them at 12 inches. Look how cute that is. So it covers up your space. And we don't have a ton of, you don't need a bow maker. That's perfect. Perfect. You guys see that? So let's make one for down here. So what I did is I cut 2 pieces of our gingham ribbon at 12 inches. 12. Now if you want to make it longer, I think 12 is perfect for this design though. Oh, that just came out. 2 pieces of the gingham. We're going to do, I did only 1 piece of the strawberry. So you're going to cut 1 12-inch piece of the strawberry. I cut 1 piece of this ribbon at 12 inches, and I cut this piece at 12 inches too. So if you have some extra green ribbon hanging around, you don't need very many pieces. It just helps your little fun things stand out more. Okay, so we're going to dovetail the ends. Let's move this out of the way so you guys can see. It's very, very easy. Very easy. I'm sure you guys can figure it out, but I'm going to dovetail my 2 gingham ones. Scissors. Again, these are 12 inches. So when you're making your 2 bows, you need 4 pieces of your gingham, 2 pieces of the strawberry, and whatever else you want to add into your bow, whatever other ribbons. If you have some, check your Christmas box, because you might have green in there. I'm going to add another one of these. There you go, BJ. Absolutely. You do what you have to. You don't want to waste good ribbon. I'm going to put 2 strawberries. Okay, so I'm get a zip tie ready and one of your pipe cleaners. Where it is, here it is. And then we just, after we've done our bow, we just have to, I'm going to glue in my florals. Take your 2 gingham, I'm just putting them like at X. So if you want, fold your ribbons in half so you do know where the middle is. So your bow is not like cattywampus. Okay. So it can just line up. There we go. And then we'll do this one. And then we'll do this one. And then we can do that one. And you just layer them. Layer them on top of each other. Oh, we have lots of videos, Laurie or Roxy for the rectangle board. If you just go to Unique in the Creek YouTube channel, there's lots there. Okay, so just have it kind of like a star shape, I guess. Just layer them on top of each other. Take a zip tie. I'm just going to put the flat down where the head of the flat part of the zip tie is facing towards the ceiling. That is not going to work, so let's just slide it under. Slide it under all your ribbons, right down the center. Do your zip tie up. Just loose. We're going to flip this over. And what you want to do is pinch in the center and then bring the bottom to the center and the top to the center. Bring the zip tie head to the back. Get your pipe cleaner, stick it under your zip tie, and then pull the whole thing tight. Cut off your tail of your zip tie. And then we got this fun kind of bow formation, and then we'll just pull these up and you can move them. Oh, I was going to add this. I do have 7/8. I was going to add some of that in. The 7/8, just a solid green. I forgot. That's okay. Bring all the tails up like that, and we're going to put it the bottom part of the wreath here. Go down, and I'll show you guys where I'm putting these. Oh my gosh. There we go. I really need to start wearing my glasses. Oh my gosh. Don't forget, I didn't secure the bottom yet of the flip-flop. So I pulled it and I'm twisting it in the back. And there we go. It's a different bow. It's not really a bow, but it's covering up all our space that needs to be covered up. It's cute. Isn't it cute? I should add more. I'm going to add more to this one. Although I do have my strawberries still. Let's see, hold on. If I had my glasses on, I'd be able to see the holes. So if I flip this over, these are where I put the bow, the second one in from the top, the second one in from the bottom, and then I have my little strawberries I made. Where are we going to put those? Oh, that looks cute. Put one there. I made 6 of them. And you kind of want to cluster them so you can see that they're strawberries. Actually, that looks kind of cute. What do you guys think? And then I'll put another 3 down at the bottom. Damn ribbon tails. I lose a strawberry. Oh, it stuck to me. Clusters of 3. It's actually super cute. I amaze myself sometimes. Okay, so I think my bow is perfectly fine right there. 12 inches seems to be the perfect size for these because we don't want larger tails that's going to go over top of our flip-flop, right? And we'll fix all these. And I'm going to I'm just going to hot glue my strawberries right to the center. Fun! Look how fun this is! All right. Let's try this. These are really, really light, so I have no problem just gluing them. This is Ollie Fun material. So Ollie Fun is actually a waterproof fabric, crafting fabric. And the strawberries don't come in the kit. I made them. Just for something, to add a little something. So I made them in the VIP group this morning. Super easy to make too. No, Ollie. O-L-Y. Ollie fun. There. There's one. I know, I haven't, well, I was going to use red felt, and I didn't have any in my craft room because this was a last minute thing, trying to, figuring out that I was going to make a few little strawberries to add. And I hate buying the fake strawberries because they're so little. So I decided to make a couple strawberries of my own. And they actually look like strawberries. Me, arts and crafting. Which I don't do a lot, my friends, because I just don't have the time anymore. I used to love to do arts and crafting, but they are super cute. Look at that. And then I put those little flowers on them. So it's a fun way to add some more ribbons instead of, if you don't know how to make a bow, or if you don't have a bow maker, you can just do some pieces of ribbon like I did. Look how cute that is. Fun, right? So now I'm going to add florals. And these are on there really good. Super cute. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to glue some florals in. I don't have a glue pot. Well, I do, but I didn't take it out. So I am going to use my glue gun and some wax paper so I don't get glue all over the place. And I'm just going to pump some glue at the end of this picks here and get it in the mesh. There we go. Put some yellow. Perfect. A lot easier. But if you want, you can zip tie them in, most definitely, especially if you live in a hot area, which I don't. I think it's super cute too. And I'm actually going under the ribbon into the mesh with the end of the floral here. There we go. So it's where I'm gluing is right in between each of the ribbon tail So I'm going to take the sign off now that you guys have seen it. I'm going to let it dry. Or punch a hole in it. I don't know. I might get... Jackie is on to me all the time, so I'm just going to let it dry. But then I can see where I need to glue my stuff. So my friends, you don't need all the fancy stuff. They're good to have, but you don't need them. They are so cute, aren't they? I normally like to make sure my florals are zip tied in, which you guys know, but I know I'm keeping this for myself, and we don't get hot enough here for the glue to melt. Well, Jackie and I were discussing that today about the holes and everything, and she's right. If you use the, like say the outside of your sign is black. If you use a black pipe cleaner in the holes of the sign, you won't see the black pipe cleaner. So as long as you're using a coordinating color. But I'm with you, I don't like to have holes in them. Hi, Diane. That is super cute. Isn't it turning out cute? And these are those plastic flowers that you can get on Amazon. See, that's what you were, somebody said they put a hook on the bottom of their things. I do that too, but I'm just gluing. I'm so lazy today. You want to get that in there. Get that, move that stem that you put in the mesh so it's in there good with the glue. I have every color, pink, purple, lavender. These flowers just multiply. little bit of fun and whimsy to your design. And like I said, these are not expensive florals. They're just plastic. But they add that little bit of green that you may need in your design, especially this one. So next time you're at the dollar store or whatever, you might see if there's anything there you might be able to stick, you know, for a little bit of fun in your wreath. Okay, do this side. So I'm trying to do each side the same. Almost done. This bad boy is full. Well, that was a good one you guys could see. Did you see how I pushed that right into the mesh? I'm going to do it again on the other side. Just get it in that mesh. There we go. It is fun, right? See, I have a glue pot. A glue pot is where you put like pieces of glue and it melts and you just kind of dip your florals in and they can, you know, a lot of people that do grapevines and stuff, a lot of florals, but a lot of people don't have them. So this, I like to show how you can do stuff without having all the fancy stuff. I have the fancy stuff, but come on, there we go. I'd rather show, because we have a lot of beginners that watch me, so I like to show you don't need all the fancy stuff. All right, and one more here. And don't forget our sign is going to go there. So wax paper or parchment paper, your glue gun, it works just as well. You waste a little bit more glue. There's some glue on my wax paper, but I'm not going to worry about it. Okay, so I went in between the ribbon tails. That's where I put my florals. There we go. Look at that, just stepped it up even more. Right? Another white one. One more white one. 1, 2, 3. See, I need one more here. Come on. Oh, yes, I do. Yay. So we did 2 on the sides here. We're going to do up at the top here. We're going to do 2 as well of these white ones. And they are right here. Inside. There we go. Alrighty. Strawberries kind of blend in. Meh, it's okay. And I'll just put this on. I'm not going to literally put it on yet, but make sure these sides are pushed down. Push them out and down like that. Same with this one. Because we have a big sign that's going to go in the center. And there we go, my friends. Talk about summery. Nothing says more summer than a strawberry. And pretty much, I think anybody could do it. If I can do it, anybody can do it, right? So we ended up, let me clean this all up. We're going to put just figure out which end is going to be your top and bottom. It really doesn't matter because pretty much whatever we did to the top, we did to the bottom and vice versa. So we're going to put this. Okay, I'm going to cut these back. These are where my bow was. So second row up from the end. And then right here and right here is where I'm going to put my pipe cleaners for my sign. It's just right in the center. Well, there's the back. And then I'm going to take another zip tie. And, well, you can go down and up right here, which I should have done before I put all this crap in there. But I'm just going to take a zip tie. I'm going underneath. You might want to put your hanger on before you put everything on because it's hard to go down and up now. But I just hook it like that. It hangs just fine. Look at that. I love it. I love it. It's so fun. Isn't that fun? I can't get the whole thing in, my friends. But you can see. And of course, once I put it on my door and fix everything again, you know, moving all my ribbon tails and all that. It's still, but we still have a lot, we still have quite a bit of ribbon left over. Even though it does look like I have a ton of ribbon, right? I really didn't use a lot because we used this messy bow technique, which only uses small little 12-inch pieces. Instead of making big ginormous loops with a bow, you use much, much less ribbon doing it like the messy bow way. And we got, well, we got about a half a roll of strawberry. Look how much strawberry ribbon is still left. So, not bad, huh? And again, I use the whole roll of white. You don't have to cut your pieces at 24 inches if you don't want. You know what I should have did? Because I want the sides. I want the sides of the wreath to come out more. So this sides, I'll show you. Because the flip-flop goes from here to here, right? So these three, 1, 2, 3, to make the mesh and the ribbons and everything go out further, I could have used the outside hole to the outside of the board. I'm going to try that. Hold on. Oh, I just glued everything in. I can't. I glued all the flowers in. But I'm thinking the sides of the board, because the flip-flop kind of covers up a lot of the sides of the board, especially up here. 1, 2, 3. Do these 3 from here to the outside of the board. Maybe I'll do the lemon one. Yeah, because if you do from here to the outside of the board, like I said, you will see much more of your ribbons and mesh. Oh, did you suggest it earlier? Oh, I'm sorry, Lynn. I didn't see that. And then you'll see more side. You don't need to do it for the top and bottom, just those side ones. I do sell the flip-flops. This is actually a kit, so the kit comes with everything. You get the boards, your zip ties, the sign, your rolls of ribbon. The only thing I added was made my own little strawberries, and I added these plastic florals. I think we had some to sell individually. There was some. All right. Well, that is it for that. You guys know I'm going to stop this live, and I am going to probably figure out, even though I glued in the flowers, I'm going to try and figure out how I can do the side ones and move them. Let me see. I'll do it live right now because I'm brave. Okay. Let's do one side and see what happens. Oh my gosh, nothing. Look at that. Hold on. This piece. All right, hold on. I might be able to do it still. I'm just going to pin this out of the way, see if it'll work. So I'm going to the outside and around the board. Hopefully you guys can see that. Okay, just like that. And put the whole piece in because it is glued. I did it! Yay! So that's what I meant. So it goes towards the... So watch when I put the flip-flop on. This side one. See how much better you can see it? This is where I put the one on the outside, right here. You can see it sticks out way better. Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to do this one, and this one. So it's only 4 I have to do. Just the 4 center ones. Just the 4 center ones. Let's try this again. Oh, look at that. Came right off the whole thing. Love these boards. So easy to fix things. Now, how am I going to fix the tutorial for this thing? Oh, man. Oops. Don't want to do that. Got to weave my zip tie through the, there we go, through the plastic wire of the flowers. Okay, do that up. Okay, you'll see. See how much better? Yes, much better. Okay, so I'm going to finish those other two. Yeah, it's so much easier to fix. So I'll fix these last two, have them on the outside. Then my sign will be dry, and then I will take some pictures. Right? Much better than, you can see it. You can see them now. All right, my friends, that's all I have for you. And VIPs, we'll see you tonight for wreath critique in the VIP group. And have yourself, you want to buy the wreath, not kit. There's probably a lot of people that would sell you one, Deborah. Just, maybe just message Unique in the Creek Messenger or DM and find out, so we can find out where you live. And we'll put a call out to see if anybody's making and selling them near your area. Okay? God, this was a long live. Wasn't supposed to be. I'll talk to you guys at home later.